It's such an irony to hear the US trying to discredit an eminent psychiatrist and emeritus, professor emeritus, who is given a detailed assessment, and a judge who was able to contrast his assessment with other doctors. And in fact, all the doctors, all the experts in this case, concluded that Julian was suffering from a depressive disorder and that he had traits of autism. It was just a discrepancy on the matter of degree. And what the US lawyers were trying to do today was to suggest that there was a complete discrepancy and mislead the court as to what the conclusions were. But the irony is that the US's witness, their star witness, has now recanted his testimony and is in prison. He's a convicted fraudster, diagnosed psychopath. Just contrast these two witnesses. The US witness, who now says that the US has misled the UK courts, so much so that the district court judge's decision contains multiple assertions that have now been recanted. And the expert the US was trying to discredit today, who has a history and a whole career behind him concerning his integrity and his emeritus position in the psychiatric field. Tomorrow is what this case is really about. We're going to hit back at all the misleading claims that have been put to the court today. And the US conspiracy to murder Julian will be discussed in court tomorrow. And so all this is just a distraction from what the real case is, which is the political persecution of a man who was doing his job, exposing the crimes of the country that is now trying to extradite him, and that is abusing the law in order to prolong his arbitrary imprisonment and suffering, and impose his, prolong his suffering indefinitely. And this has to stop. Someone has to stop this. Someone has to act and show that this is unacceptable. This cannot go on, because they can continue to abuse the law endlessly until someone says enough is enough. This court has to say that the court should not be abused, so that foreign governments can take political prosecutions against journalists who publish things they don't like. So I hope everyone will come back tomorrow. Thank you.
Stay strong, Stella.